Hello, I'm Aniela from e-Academy. We are organizer of Webit, the only event for e-business and e-marketing for Southeastern Europe. Here with me is Elif Bakiler, Marketing Group Manager, Hürriyet Internet Group. Please, could you tell us some words for Hürriyet?
Yes, Hürriyet is one of the largely distributed newspapers in Turkey with a history of more than 60 years. And for the last 12 years, we are also in a digital publishing business. We have more than 11 brands on digital, which Hürriyet.com is the largest website, local website in Turkey, I can say.
Is it live from 12 years?
Yes, it is 12 years old. We have been investing in digital for a long time, and now we have classified business, online media, and other type of verticals in our Hürriyet Internet Group. With Hürriyet.com.tr now has 20 million unique visitors per month, which is a quite big number, and that's for Hürriyet. That's all. Mm-hmm.
Which you think are the most important present and emerging trends in the digital media? What do you think?
Actually, we think that social media, user-generated content is becoming a little bit out. You know, it is. We are thinking that social journalism and social publication, social publishing will be the next emerging trend in the future, and we have been trying to build our business strategy on this type of subjects.
So, what are your expectations for the development of the digital media market here in the region?
Actually, we went through very bad times for the last year and last 10 years, I can say. I can say that I am the first professionals in internet market in Turkey. It has been more than 14 years, and the 2000s, 1999 was very good times, and the web improvements were very quick and big on that times, but we have faced a long period of transition to real business, and I think now we are going to have real business on web, generating revenues and getting the best out of digital media in the next 2 or 3 years.
In which areas of the digital media do you expect this greatest growth?
There are two main areas. First, as I said, verticals. Communities built around special subjects like real estate, automobile, sports, recruitment, including classified business, also community and content in the verticals. This is one main area that will grow very rapidly.
Communication.
Yes, and also the second one is to rearrange our content regarding to the new web usage. I mean,
how to rearrange it?
First of all, to classify it, to make people reach the archives, search and find what they have in our content archives, and to make it much more accessible, and plus to make it much more professional, because the content of internet is accessible from everywhere, from every side. We have to have very special contents using our editorial power, the core power of our media companies, to upgrade the quality of the content. So quality of the content plus community and verticals will be the next two areas in the next future.
What do you mean as more professional?
Not just having news, rather to improve
Comments on news.
comments and make files, and to use the real journalism know-how to improve that content, not just giving news. It's a different type of media business, which we have in core business as a very old newspaper company.
Which do you think are the main challenges and barriers in front of digital media here in the region?
Actually, main barrier is, of course, to getting real revenue from the digital advertising arena. And the advertisers plus mobile operators, which are the main two revenue sources for our growth, it has to be much more involved in digital media. We had the obstacle of not having a industrial measurement for a long time, and next year we are going to have an independent auditing and measurement tool for advertisers. And we have now 3G in Turkey. It was also an obstacle for us for the mobile content and revenue. So next year will be in these two areas a new era for us, and if we pass through these barriers, both the operators and advertisers will invest more on the digital media.
Great. Do you think there are opportunities for the companies in the area of digital marketing in Europe that they yet haven't taken the advantage of? Especially in the area of digital media, of course.
Actually, it has been quite a long time that digital companies are in the market. Small, but they were there. And they tried a lot of things which didn't work earlier. But now the problem is a lot of companies think that this type of business does not work. But now the arena is much more crowded and the technology is improved, the costs are low. I guess they should try the old things again with this new way of doing business. So this is not doing new things, but to reinventing the old things with the new behaviors of the customers, new technology and new business models. That, I think that's the main opportunity for the companies, not inventing very new and different things, but to reinventing the old ones.
In Turkey, there is a really big market for this. What do you think, what are the main differences between the market in Turkey and the market here? Of course, here we are...
Actually, I'm not very knowledgeable about your market. But in this conference, I have listened to different speakers. I guess being in a smaller market with big companies is much more easier. We are a big market with small companies.
So we can help your market.
Yeah, so it's a different type of arena. We are a big, huge country with more than 80 million people. Yes. But people, web-savvy people are smaller and web-savvy companies are smaller. In Eastern Europe, I observe that companies are much more into web and people are much more into web, but with a smaller number of people. So it is much more scalable, it gives you much more opportunities. We have to wait for the penetration for a long time. We have the ideas, we have the solutions, but we don't have the penetration and we don't have the investment. So that's the difference between two markets as far as I have observed.
Do you see opportunities for the interactive agencies, especially in Bulgaria, that are different from the opportunities in Central Eastern Europe as a whole?
Oh, the difference between Central Eastern Europe and Bulgaria? I don't know. I'm not very knowledgeable about that, sorry.
So they're not so big.
Yeah.
There is a huge growth in the number of the mobile internet users in Bulgaria. Analytics predict great growth of the mobile as well as in the digital media as a whole, in the whole region. You were invited here in Bulgaria by Mr. Plamen Rusev, chairperson of the Academy, but which is one of the largest Bulgarian web and interactive agencies. He's a founder also of Design BG. Is your presence here, what do you think? Does your company plan development here or some kind of a...
Actually, we own a very big company called Trader Media East in the region. My holding company bought it years ago. And we think that Eastern Europe is a very big market for Turkish companies overall, because we have a very common culture and types of businesses, and we are neighbors, as you know.
Of course.
So Eastern Europe and Turkic republics for Turkish companies are the main new markets to build business on it. So I think in the next years we are going to improve business doing with Bulgaria and the region. I'm pretty sure of
So
it.
you also plan to develop some kind of a business in Central Eastern Europe?
Yeah, we have lots of publishing brands and plus digital brands in Central Eastern Europe, as far as I know. So we are doing business with Bulgaria.
Recently, some of the world's leading online media announced that the access to their news will be only paid. Do you think that after the end of the global economic crisis, it will be possible a class news portal to generate profit mainly from selling ad price?
Selling?
Selling ad space.
Ad space, yeah. We don't believe in paid content.
Why?
Because internet is not that type of an environment. I mean, paid news, I can say. Content
paid
is
news,
a difference.
Yes,
People can get free, quick information in web, even from the point of the news happen, without any intermediary news company. So,
you don't believe
so if I want to learn what happened during the earthquake in, I don't know, Malaysia, I go to Twitter and I see it. This is not the news, and this is free, and this is quick. The social media is so strong, and therefore we don't believe we can get money from people by selling news. But we believe in getting new ways of revenue from the customers. As I said before, verticals, community, specialized content, reorganize and content archives. These are special services that we can develop from our core businesses that will be generating revenue, but the main revenue for sure will come from advertising. But not the way we do now. It will be much more smart advertising models, integrating mass marketing models into internet, and on the opposite, to have advertising models like behavioral targeting, one-to-one advertising. So on the two sides of advertising models, we have to generate revenue, and this is the main objective that we are planning to, we are basing our revenue models.
Thank you very much for
Thank
this
you.
interview. Here was Elif from Hürriyet, especially for Webit.